Israeli terrorists have killed at least 115 more people, innocent Palestinian men, women, children, and babies in the last 24 hours after the medieval gang of war criminal Benjamin Netanyahu bombed a European hospital, killing at least 70 people. All this on a day when Palestinians marked 77 years since the Nakba. And what were the Arab slaves doing? They have been busy pleasing Donald Trump with a $400 million worth aeroplane and lining up young girls to make them dance to welcome the US president. I'll come to the Arab slaves' despicable conduct in a bit, but let's look at the latest act of Israeli barbarism in Gaza and how Western media outlets such as the BBC and Sky News have, for a change, exposed their lies. When Israeli terrorists slaughtered unarmed Palestinian men, women, children, and babies yesterday, they used their age old nonsense that there was a Hamas command and control network underneath the hospital. But it didn't take long before their lies were debunked by both the BBC and Sky News. Here is a shorter version of how the BBC reported.
In total, we counted at least 6 craters caused by the strikes around the hospital. Israel says it was conducting strikes against Hamas fighters and infrastructures. Israeli media reported the intended target was senior Hamas figure Mohammed Sinwar, although the IDF hasn't commented on this. But Israel has said it was targeting what it called underground terrorist infrastructure at the hospital site, but didn't provide evidence of this. It did, however, release this video, claiming to show the European hospital, but it doesn't. We verified it's actually a school located a few hundred meters away. Israeli airstrikes have intensified in Gaza, with around 100 people reportedly killed in a 24-hour period. All of this comes as the UN's head of humanitarian affairs has urged world leaders to, in his words, prevent genocide in Gaza.
You can watch the longer version on our Telegram channel since YouTube wouldn't allow us to post those graphic images here. Details are on the screen. Sky News too followed suit and exposed Israeli lies when its presenter spoke to Israeli currently working as an ambassador to the UN. Just watch the shamelessness of this man, who was responsible for the sacking of an upright Sky News presenter, Bel Donati, last year.
In terms of yesterday's attack, I just want to show you some footage that was released by the IDF. Israeli forces say that they were targeting, as you say, a Hamas command and control center buried underneath the European hospital. You can see what the IDF says are tunnels outlined there in red. And this is footage, Ambassador, that the IDF itself has put out. Now, Sky News has confirmed the footage actually shows the Isan al-Agha school, which is about 160 meters away. So this is the courtyard of a school and not, in fact, the command and control center of Hamas.
So, because you sent me that information, I checked it with our people on the ground. And what we found out that in this case, yes, you had infrastructure of tunnels beneath the hospital, but it wasn't only beneath the hospital. It was stretched to other areas in that region, and that's why, it wasn't only under the hospital. But you should ask yourself, why under almost every hospital in Gaza you have a command center of Hamas? And that's the question we should ask ourselves.
Sir, I just want to tell you what our experts have told us. Those tunnels that you're talking about, the dark shades highlighted there on the screen, the markings were caused by water, not tunnels, because these are drainage systems. And so the dark shades that you're talking about, which Israel claims to be tunnels, are in fact caused by water because of a drainage system.
And what have Arab slaves from Qatar, UAE, and Saudi Arabia been doing as Israeli terrorists intensified their carnage in Gaza? Qatari Emir welcomed Trump amidst news of an extraordinary $400 million worth gift in the form of a state-of-the-art plane, which would replace Air Force One. No wonder Trump was drooling while expressing his gratitude to the Emir.
This has been an amazing trip. And as you know, I'm going to UAE in a little while. We're going to first watch an air show that will be spectacular from our friend, the Emir. He's done a great job, We are going to protect this country. It's a very special place with a special royal family, and The head of the royal family is two heads of the royal family, really, if you think. Great people. And they're going to be protected by the United States of America. And I think we're not going to have to do it because I believe very strongly in peace through strength. I want to thank the Emir because he put up a lot, and in terms of investment, it could amount to 2 million, 3 million, maybe even 4 million jobs in the United States. And more importantly, it's really important stuff. It's tremendous refining capabilities. It's capabilities for very high-end. AI is a big subject. And
one American Zionist donated $100 million to Trump during the election, and this was enough for her to ensure that Trump looked the other way when Israelis choked 2.1 million population of Gaza to death by denying them food, water, and medicine. These Arab slaves, particularly from Qatar, can't even ensure the supply of basic food, water, and medicine to the same population of Gaza by splashing $400 million on a gift to Trump. This tells you just the kind of people these sheikhs are. No one takes them seriously. Now you know why I use slaves for these morally corrupt rulers. I don't want to sound so harsh, but they have left me with no option. Every day they keep disappointing me and letting down the humanity as a whole. Do they not realize that they will be answerable for their actions or lack of it one day? Or the oil wealth has made them so unscrupulous that they have simply forgotten about humanity and their responsibility. Not far from Qatar, Abu Dhabi Sheikh, he had lined up young girls to dance to welcome Trump. This small clip sums up the depravity of these Arab rulers. And what to say about Saudi Arabia? The kind of clout these countries wield over Trump would be enough for the current US administration to end the Israeli brutalities in Gaza. I say this because never before have we seen an American administration cutting ties with an Israeli regime so spectacularly. Trump has bypassed Netanyahu on ceasefire with the Houthis, peace talks with Iran, and now lifting sanctions on Syria. Trump didn't even travel to Israel during his ongoing Middle East visit. And yet, Arab rulers simply couldn't capitalize on these favorable sentiments. That's because this clearly doesn't appear to be high on their agenda. They are a disgrace to their faith, culture, and more crucially, humanity as a whole. Thank you very much for your support of this platform and our journalism on buymeacoffee.com and Patreon. If you too think that our journalism is worth supporting, then you too should consider becoming part of it. In the meantime, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so because that's one of the many ways you can support independent journalism. God bless you all.